The Ghost Max was the first modern daily trainer from Brooks, but can it keep up with the competition? Let's find out. Hello everybody, my name is Casey Atkinson and I'm an 18-year-old runner who reviews shoes here on YouTube. And today we are going to be talking all about my first impressions of the Brooks Ghost Max. The Brooks Ghost Max is a beefier version of their most popular shoe, the Brooks Ghost. I think they have made this shoe to appeal more so to runners, as the Brooks Ghost seems more like a beginner shoe that you can also wear for work and walking. The main changes from the Brooks Ghost is that the Ghost Max has a more shallow drop and also a higher stack height. As always for these first impressions, I will quickly go over the specs, then the overview, what my experience was like running in the Ghost Max, and finally how I will use the shoe moving forward. First up is the specs. The Ghost Max has 38mm of stack height in the heel with a 6mm drop, giving us 32mm in the forefoot. It weighs 286 grams or 10.1 ounces in the men's sample size 9. This is about right for a daily trainer, although it is slightly on the heavier side. For the overview, the engineered mesh upper is using 56% recycled materials. The midsole features DNA Loft V2, which is shaped using their Glide Roll rocker technology. And lastly, the outsole, which from my research has no name. Overall, the shoe is designed for daily training, such as easy runs, although I know a lot of walkers also use this shoe. Now for the main part of the review, what was my experience like in the Brooks Ghost Max? Overall, I would say quite average. By today's standards, I don't feel that this shoe is up to par with other daily trainers on the market. Starting off with the upper, it is quite comfortable and fits true to size, although it is nothing to write home about. It has a simple design, which isn't a bad thing, so this does the job. The main part of this shoe that I think needs improving is the midsole. This DNA Loft V2 is an EVA based midsole, which is firm and doesn't have much energy return. These days, when using an EVA compound, most shoe companies add a little something extra to it, such as nitrogen infusion, a stabilizer for a PEBA based foam on top. It could be either really soft and compressive or really firm and responsive. However, with this shoe, I don't see a redeeming quality that can make it a competitive daily trainer on the market right now. That said, the Brooks Ghost Max 2 is out now, which has DNA Loft V3, which is a nitrogen infused EVA, which hopefully is a bit better. One thing that I do like about this shoe though is this Glide Roll rocker technology. This gives a smooth transition from the midfoot through to toe off, which is quite nice and provides some assistance. This gives the shoe a nice toe off experience, but it's not enough to mask the bland foam. The outsole isn't the greatest either. It is wearing away in select areas, and I didn't find it had the best grip in wet conditions. One thing that I found to make the shoe quite dull is the wide footprint. Brooks advertises this wider footprint as giving extra stability. They also stabilize the shoe even further with high sidewalls and a very rigid heel counter, which dulls the shoe down and doesn't make it feel very exciting. And I know exactly why Brooks have done this, and it is to make the shoe appeal to not only runners, but for work shoes and also walking shoes. Casual wearers of the shoe will appreciate the stable ride and firm midsole, as it makes them feel secure and makes them feel like they can wear the shoe all day long. Brooks knows that their most popular shoe, the Ghost, is not only popular with runners, but also with walkers, and I feel like they've tried to emulate that with this shoe. When I worked in a running shoe store, we used to sell this shoe to a lot of workers and people who wanted work shoes, which is quite similar use cases to the Hoka Bondi 8. This says a lot about the shoe's characteristics, and I don't think it's completely dialed in for running. Now for the last section of the video, which is how I will use the Ghost Max in my training. And as I've alluded to in the video so far, I don't see myself using this shoe for running after my initial testing. Lately, I've been wearing the shoe to the gym a lot for strength training and also cross training. It works pretty well for this because the midsole isn't too mushy and makes it hard wearing in the gym. I barely ever walk around much, but I do have to walk to university, so I'll be using this shoe for that. So overall, I'm a bit disappointed with the Brooks Ghost Max. In terms of being a running shoe, I do know that a lot of people love this shoe, but personally, it doesn't align with my preferences. In 2024 and 2025, there are just much better shoes out there, and if this shoe came out 4 or 5 years ago, I'll be a bit more impressed, but the competition is just too strong now. And that wraps up my first impressions of the Brooks Ghost Max. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot. I will see everyone in the next video.